Thanks for jumping on with us early this morning to go through some of this. These are some big moves. Let's just start with your point. What about Friday tells you that that's the anomaly and not the start of a new trade?
Well, I think to a large extent, the Friday sell-off had more to do with the carry trade unwinding. The Japanese central bank and the finance ministry have indicated they want to see somewhat tighter monetary policies over there. And apparently, we never really appreciated the scale of these carry trades. It just happens that all these things kind of came together on Friday. I think the markets did have the SOM rules scare that, the unemployment rate's gone up a little bit, and the next thing it does is it goes up a lot. But history shows that really only happens when you get a credit crunch. Now, it's conceivable that this carry trade unwind becomes some sort of financial crisis that in turn leads to a recession, but that's not where my thinking's at. The other issue, of course, is geopolitical risk, and everybody's kind of nervous about the potential for a wider war in the Middle East.
Except crude selling off, which speaks to the overall concern, the overarching concern about growth in America. So, Ed, if that's your view on things, just go through things right now, in equities, in bonds. Do you think we've overdone it in equities, in stocks, in fixed income, in bonds, or both?
Yeah. Well, I think we've overdone it, and I think a lot of it is the forced covering of these carry trades. It's hard to assess how much more we've got to go, but these traders move awfully fast, and we're seeing that in this kind of vicious sell-off on a global basis. I think the fact that it's a global sell-off has more to do with the carry trade than a couple of numbers here in the U.S. suggesting the economy is weaker.
Well, Ed, you talked about one of the risks that you're not worried about at this moment, but the risk that the sell-off gets people to think that there's going to be a recession, act like there will be a recession, and a recession happens. At what point do you get worried about that risk?
Well, I'm worried about it now. I mean, clearly, when you see these kind of sell-offs, you wonder what you're missing. I mean, this is very reminiscent so far of 1987, when we had a crash in the stock market that basically all occurred in one day. And the implication was that we were in or about to fall into a recession, and that didn't happen at all. It had really more to do with the internals of the market. And I think that's the same thing going on here. I think a lot of this sell-off has to do with this carry trade unwind, and it's conceivable that it could feed on itself and create its the worst scenario where everybody hunkers down and says there must be a recession out there. But I don't think so. I think the labor market's still in good shape. I think the U.S. economy is still growing. I think the service economy is doing well. I guess we'll see very shortly here. But all in all, I think this will turn out to be more of a technical aberration in the market than something that turns into a recession.